Good afternoon, everyone. It is Robert. It is now 2 o'clock on the 17th, and today at the Command Select class, we are going to be talking about the Command Referrals network inside of Command and how we can build our referral network to include as many agents as possible, and with the goal of becoming more of a real estate expert because we have all of the contacts and all of the information that we need to make everybody's transactions go smoothly. Having said that, let me clear my throat here one more time. Sorry about that. And we're going to go ahead now and switch on over to, I believe this one will work, and it looks good. And we are here. I'm going to go ahead and make that just a little wider. There we go. All right, so we are in Command now, and when we're talking about the referral network, we're going to be talking about a few of the things to make yourself appear properly and as good as possible in the referral network so that you can gain referrals and build your network by people reaching out to you. In addition, we're going to look at how we can reach out to find other people in the complete sphere of Keller Williams and add them to our referral network. So, what do I mean by us appearing in the referral network? Well, I don't know if you remember when we talked about Command 101, when we were looking at the Connect area of Command over here. In the Connect area, and remember what we're doing is when we logged into Command, Command is the first tab up here. Connect is the second tab. And in Connect, this contains the profiles of all of the agents, not only in our local market center here, but also our New England region. So when we come in here, we can see what the profiles look like within Connect for all of the agents. This is the same profile that people will see in the referral network. So when we create our profile here and we build it all out, when somebody goes to look at us in the referral network, this is the profile they're going to see. So what exactly are we talking about? Well, right here in the feed, you can see that we have Cheryl DiNardo, who is at Keller Williams Coastal Lakes and Mountains. She has posted a little open house here, or actually new to market. She's posted a new to market here for a piece of property. Now, up here, when we look at her profile, we can see she's got a picture here and her name, and obviously a link when we click over her name. I'm going to click on her name here, and it's going to take me to her Connect profile. And she's got a banner across the top here, and she's got her headshot here, as well as she is showing 9 closed units. As we scroll down a little bit, we can see that Cheryl is a KW agent, her email, her primary phone, her mobile phone, service areas that she works in, and a bio for her. This is the information that we're using to connect with the other agents. So let me go back to the Connect main page here again. And we're going to look at my bio, or my profile, I should say. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to click on anything because I don't have any posts here. But if I go to my main profile icon in the top right-hand corner here, and instead of going down to settings, which if you are familiar with Command, the marketing profile, which is a public-facing profile, is in the settings area. But the profile for Connect is available right here from the profile. So I'll click on profile, and when it takes me to my profile area, I've got a banner across the top here. This is actually my layer where I've got all of my world-conquering, dominating equipment there. Also a picture here. This is my profile picture, and I've got a little section here for posts instead of showing me sales or volume or anything like that. And that's because that's the way I've chosen to set up my bio, or I should say my profile. Coming down a little bit here, there is my name, my roles here at the Market Center, and my email address, primary phone, main phone, all those service areas, and my bio over on the right-hand side. This is all information that I can edit using the Edit Profile button to the right because this is my profile. So when I click this, I can see all of the information here that's going on in this profile. If I slide down, you can see that I can show up my Facebook, Twitter, my YouTube, all the different things here. And below the social media, you can see the referral network switch says opted in, which means I can be found on the KW referral network. So this is an important setting to make sure that is on, that the green button is lit up before we begin looking out for other people, and if we want to be found by other agents. So it's important to set that so that we can be found. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit save here. And remember, to get to the Connect profile, to get to your Connect profile, all you have to do is click your profile icon in the top right hand and choose Profile. And that will take you to your Connect profile. Now that's something that you'll want to get all squared away, all right? So now that we've taken care of getting our Connect profile all dialed in the way we want, let's go take a look at the referral network process. So to do that, I'm going to return back to Command. So in the top menu here, I'm going to click on Command, and I'm going to return back to Command. And on the left-hand side here, I'm just going to click the little red KW icon so that you can see where I'm going here. The referrals section in Command is labeled with a little people icon, and it says referrals here. So this is where we're going. And we'll start off with the dashboard. So in the dashboard area here, you're going to see a lot of information that is going to be repeated on the different tabs across the top. But being that this is a dashboard, it's a one-stop shop to get you a really good handle on all of the different things happening in your referral network. So we see here in the referrals overview that we have 4 pending invites. We have 0 pending referrals, and I'm pretty much going to have no referrals because I'm not an agent. Then we have received inquiries, okay, received as well as sent. So I have not received them, the referral, and nor have I sent out any referrals. But I do have these 4 invites. Now my referral network, as I go down a little bit further here, consists of about 12 people. So my network is about 12 people deep, and you can see that most of these people are from the Portsmouth area here. Some of them I've marked as favorites. Some of them I can put tags on to add tags for myself. Maybe this one would be like for commercial or for luxury or for something else, lake homes. Whatever tags that I want to do or use to kind of define what these agents are specializing in or some kind of categorization. So I can do that. I can also search through my referral network, and this one's, I've only got 12 years, but if I was going to be looking for Lizbeth, I could type in L-I-Z, and it shows me that I have Lizbeth here, and it also shows me L-I-Z anywhere outside of my network that it happened. So it did find a few for outside of my network, but in my network it shows me Lizbeth here, and here she is, and I can view her profile by clicking the link, and it takes me into Connect, and yes, it shows me her profile. So this is what I was talking about. When people are using the referral network, this is the profile or the information that they're going to see when they view your information. Okay, now if I wanted to, I could also go to the right-hand side here from the dashboard and just send a referral directly from here. Or I could create a referral in the referrals area. I have lots of choices, but this is the main thing here. Now, when we talk about some of these other things that we can do here, we can track our referrals, and if I click on that, I can look at a particular agent. If I'm involved here, I can look at what type, and I can do all sorts of stuff and track specific referrals or referrals by agent. Now, I'm not going to click on this just yet because we're going to go and look at this a little bit more in detail in a moment. But here is a button that says Grow My Network. And the Grow My Network is basically for you to go in and find other agents to add to your network or to be added to theirs. So before we go and do that, let's take a look at these 4 pending invites that I have. So I'll click on the pending invites, and we can see here that Glenn Hughes has requested for me to join him. Now, Glenn probably doesn't know that I am a non-agent. He thinks that I'm an agent because he's from Reston, Virginia. Now, I don't know Glenn, so I'm not going to accept this because I don't want to give the wrong impression, and I certainly don't want to accidentally, breach anything with being accepting an invitation here. So I'm not going to do that, but I'm not going to also ignore it. I'm just going to let it sit here for now, and you can do that as well. On the right-hand side, I have 3 pending outbound invites. So Mariah, Megan, and Steve have all received the invitations from me, but they have also not responded. So in the case of Glenn, if he's looking at his screen, my name would show up here on the right as a non-connected as well. So I have those 3, and I can cancel those invitations at any time. All right. And I can ignore this one or accept it. So this is actually a good screen for you to kind of see what happens when inbound and outbound invitations are happening. So let me explain invitations versus referrals for a moment. So when you think about growing your network, you may want to add people to your network, but you don't necessarily have a piece of property or that you're going to refer them a client at this time. So this is kind of like the meet and greet, the warm up that you are going to use to connect with people and be part of a network of referrals, but not necessarily have any today to offer or to receive from them. So the growing of the network is going to be the people themselves, and then the invitations are going to be broken into well, actually they're not broken. The invitations that are over here, if we click on pending invitations, these invitations are how we're going to connect with them before we actually do a referral. Okay, so now that was the dashboard. Okay, let's take a look at the My Referrals page. Now, the My Referrals page has sent on the left and received on the right. But as you can see, I don't have any right now, but I do have at the top here, I've got a different way to look at the data. Right now, the referrals are showing pending. I don't have any pending. I also don't have any active, none that have been funded. Here, we've got one that's in here, but it is not funded. So this is, again, this is a test one that will never be funded because this person isn't even a real client. But this process looks like this when we have the funded. If we go over to lost, we can see whether we've lost it because this one never really happened. We can look at expired, and I have one here. Again, this is all showing an expired and rejected. And then I can also look at all of my referrals regardless of their state or condition by going in here. So here you can see I've got another one for Patrick Dillon, same person here that is not going to end up being anything. So these are just going to sit in the expired and rejected area. Okay. So now that we have an understanding of the My Referrals, let's take a look at one of these referrals themselves and look at what's going on in here. So the referral location is Portsmouth, New Hampshire. The referral information is Sarah. She is the referral partner. My client that I'm trying to refer to, because remember, this is the sent referrals. So this in a way is saying I sent Jackie Astuto to Sarah as a potential client for her. And the referral fee was, I think we were kind of playing around this day. Referral fee is 100%. The price range for this contact was the 30 to 300K. We are showing received, 1 minute and 15 days ago. Time frame 1 minute, 15 days, 1 month and 15 days ago. Sorry, not minute. And then we have an activity log here. So I can click on this activity log and see that the referral is expired, but going backward in time, I can see that the referral was created, a counter offer was made for 100%, and then it expired, and that was the end of that. So we don't actually have this referral going on. Now, same thing for the next referral down here. If I come down to the bottom of the page, I've got Patrick, 10% fee, and all the information over here, pre-approved, pre-qualified, and I can view the activity log here. So here's the creation, sent the update, and it was just sat there until it was actually, Patrick wrote back, fee was too low. This is perfect. So another example of the communication that you have between you and the other agents. Now, the same thing would have happened on the receive side here for anything that I would have received, okay? All right, so in this way here, we're able to track those referrals and see what's going on throughout them. Now, if I want to create a referral, if I want to create a referral for somebody that is inside my network, okay, inside my network. Now, there's basically two types, so I guess I should say that this way. I can create a referral for outside my network, for somebody that I do not know, or for a group of people that I do not know. Or I can absolutely directly specify I want to refer a client to a person, okay? So I can do one of those two things. There's a lot of ways to do it. So I'm not going to give you like the only way or the specific way, but what I want to give you is a couple of things to notice inside your network and outside your network. So if I go back to my dashboard and I look at the referral network, everybody on this page is inside my network. So I have a total, as we mentioned, of 12 people that I have created a network around. So if I go to any of these 12 people and I click on the right hand side and I say the button send referral, when I do that, it immediately loads up the referral partner, Dave Folkerts in this case here. I could switch this and pull somebody else, but it loads up Dave and it shows Dave's name and it gives me the option of specifying whether I have a buyer for him, a seller, a tenant, or a landlord. So in either case, or any of the cases here, I can also adjust the fee that I want to send out for Dave. And I can also move the acceptance deadline. The acceptance deadline can go to 96 hours or 1 hour. I think the default is 24 hours. So you can kind of play with that if you need. Of course, the referral fee is also on a sliding scale. And you can move that as necessary. Now, you'll see down here we have a price, a minimum, and a maximum. So let's say it's going to be 300,000 to 400,000. And we can also put in here notes. Hi, Dave. I'm sending over a contact for you. Let me know if you have any questions. And now that I've done that, because Dave is in my network, I know Dave. We've communicated a few times, or at least we are building this referral relationship together. Down here, because I am pulling a client for somebody that is inside my network, okay? Because I'm giving Dave a client that is inside my client database and he is in my network, then I have the option here, actually it's required, to add that contact to this referral. So if I come in here and I say Jackie Astuto, and we'll go ahead and just find Jackie right there. I think that's the one we want. Yeah. So now Jackie Astuto is in my database and she will be going to him as a referral. I can specify whether she's pre-approved or pre-qualified. I can also put in here the client's address if I have that information. Okay, so I can put that in here. The client's desired location. Now notice that this is required. Now, in the case of Dave, Dave is in Portsmouth here. So let's say I want to do Newmarket for this particular person. So I'll say Newmarket, New Hampshire. So they're looking to buy in Newmarket. Or are they looking to buy? What are they doing here? They're a buyer. And then I can also put in their phone number here and their email. Transaction timeline, specify the start of the timeline, which is going to be tomorrow, will be the beginning of the timeline. And then I can send that referral out. Now, I'm not going to send this because Dave is an agent and I don't want him to receive this and think that this is a legitimate thing. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here just short of sending this out. And after I've sent it out, I'll go ahead and close that there. Remember that I can go back to my actual network here and I can look at the invitations, not the invitations, I can look at my my referrals, I'm sorry, and I can see now what it will look like when it's sent. So when we went over this one with Sarah Carter, this was the exact same situation with the same client, in fact, where I was showing you the information about the referral itself. I can also send an update to Sarah and communicate with her and tell her what's going on or ask her a question. I can also come over here to the right-hand side, and there's a little 3 dots up here that says I can view the activity log, which is the same as clicking this little button down here. And I can also send an update, which is the same as clicking this button here. So very, very smooth process. But now let's talk about, beyond knowing the people in your network. And when you start this, you may not have anybody in the network and it's empty. So we need to figure out how to grow our network. So we know that if we come over to the My Network tab, we'll see the people that are in our network. And there is a button here to quite literally grow my network. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now, where it brings me immediately is to a map. And the map is going to be of the United States, and I'm going to start to zoom in on Portsmouth. And I want you to notice that after I get to a certain level of zoom here, the area is going to start to light up with little push pins indicating that there are agents in that area. And so what it shows is there's hundreds of agents in this area. As a matter of fact, over on the right-hand side, the results are showing me that there are 436 agents in the current search area where I'm looking at. Now, before I go any further, I want you to look at the screen around here, and I want you to take a look at what's visible for you. Number one, I can collapse the name list by clicking the little collapse arrow right to the left of the search bar for the searching results. But I want you to look above the search bar here where it says broadcast referral and new referral. The broadcast referral button you'll see is grayed out. That's because there's too many people in the current view to broadcast a referral. So what is a broadcast of a referral? Well, I guess the only way to show that to you properly is to zoom in far enough so that we can be at a level where the broadcast referral is at an acceptable quantity of agents that can receive this. So right now we've gotten down, I've zoomed far enough in where we can see that the broadcast referral is showing me you are in the range of about 18 agents, and that's an acceptable number to do a broadcast. So I'm going to click on this. So a broadcast is where you're sending a referral broadcast to 18 agents all at the same time. All right. So my name is going to stay out of the picture unless I want them to see my name. So it's just going to be a referral broadcast where it's going to be anonymous. I'm undefined, and I'm just kind of blindly sending this out. I can, of course, choose to show my identity. The next is the stuff that we looked at in the first referral box. They're all the same here as far as what's the referral, what do we have. So it's a buyer, seller, tenant, landlord, the referral fee, the acceptance deadline, the minimum price, and the maximum price, and again, a notes area. But here's where things change a little bit. Because it's a broadcast, the system will not send the client information until we have actually awarded the referral to someone. So the 18 people are not going to know the name of my client. Hopefully that's a good thing. We do not want to release the name of the client until we have zeroed it in on a specific agent. Then, once we've done that, we can specify from the database here, and we can come down and we can search for the contact. So I'm going to go ahead and put in Jackie again. And when I do, I'll choose Jackie Astuto here. Now remember, even though I'm adding Jackie Astuto, this information is not visible until I award the referral. So down here, I can do the pre-qualified again. I can do for the location. Maybe they want, again, Newmarket. And so I'll do that. And now I'm giving that information, and sorry, that's their address, and their location that they want to go is Newmarket. So give them that. Phone number, client email, transaction deadline, save changes and send broadcast. Not going to do it because I don't have a real client. But the save changes and broadcast are going to send this out right now to the 18 people that we saw in the search area. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close this down here. And let's talk about what we ended up with the 18 people. So I'll cancel that. So what are the 18 people that we have? Well, because we just went by a random search on the map and we didn't really qualify anything about what we were looking for an agent, the 18 is just a number of physical agents in the particular area. But we can look at the 18 agents and we can sort what we see randomly, which is the default, and it is a true random so that we're not getting the high sellers or the high buyers up at the top of the list. We're just getting a random choice of those people. So they're placed in a random order, I should say. Now, we can we can turn that around and we can maybe specify it by first name. We can also go last name and so forth. But the couple of things down at the bottom are closed units, listing solds, buy sides, and leases. So if I say I want to do it by listings sold, so now I'm looking at the top people first because I've said to go by the listings sold, okay, or closed units. I'm sorry, closed units. So now that's a way that we can filter down the list just by sorting the list, really. But we can filter the list. By filtering the agents, we can say that we want to have just a particular designation or specialization. Maybe I don't want somebody who does land. Maybe I do want somebody who does land. And I definitely want somebody who does luxury. If I just make those, actually I'll take land off. We'll just do luxury for one to show you the example. And I'll apply the filter. So that has now gone down to 13 instead of 18 because I specified luxury. So if I do that and I say, you know what, let's see if anybody's in the KWYP, which is the Young Professionals Program, and we don't have anybody to refer to there because of that. Let's do commercial. Let's see what we got for commercial here. And I've got 2 people who work in commercial. So we can kind of narrow down what we're looking for in terms of the agent's particular specializations. We can also specify that we have an agent with a minimum number of closings, listings, buy sides, leases, and so we can do that based on a 12-month period. All right. So I'll go ahead and remove that filter by cleaning it all back up so that we see the 18. And I'm going to go back to sorting by random. And notice now a different person is at the top here. And every time that I choose to move the map, or if I choose to change the order of things, I will see the names update to a new random order. Okay. So more so than just having the list here, let's take a look at what this list can do. If you click on the arrow to the left of the name of an agent, you're going to see information about that agent. The information that you're seeing here is a combination of what we have in the Connect profile and the white pages and from KWRI. So like the closed units, the listing sold, the sales volume, all of that information that is in here is coming from the KWRI statistics, whereas the team, the phone, the email, the picture, all that is coming from the Agents Connect profile. So it's a mix of places where this information is pulled from, but you can see that we have quite a bit of information here. Now, we also have some links. So I can click on the team link. I can also click on an email. And at the very top, I can also click on this to go to the website for them as well. Now, all of that information is very helpful. In addition, I can also click on the name of the contact, and it will take me to Connect, and it will take me to their full profile with their full bio and all of the information about them. So again, all of it is connected to your profile. Off to the right-hand side, we see 2 boxes here to choose from. One of them looks like a little people with a plus, and the other one looks like an out box, so for an outgoing statement or an outgoing piece of paper. So this one here, the first one, which looks like a little person with a plus, is the get together and become friends kind of box. It is the invitation to join your network and to create a relationship. You're not sending a referral right now. You're just connecting and being part of each other's network. Okay. So we'll cancel that and understand that the first one here is an invitation to join the network, your network. The next one is sending a referral. Now that we know how the referral dialog box works, remember, sending a referral to Darlene here, in this case, we have not connected with her. So because we have not connected with her, we're still going to be bound by this statement here. The highlighted area will be kept confidential until the referral has been accepted. You will need to fill it out, but none of that information is going to be visible to Darlene until she accepts it, if she accepts it. So all that information filled out, this referral would be good to go. All right. So let's close that up here. Now, although we've talked about this in terms of building the network and growing it, we can see here that we can send a network invitation or send out a referral. Now, what happens if I click this new referral button up here at the very top rather than the broadcast or rather than clicking on the add referral here? If I click on the add referral from the map view, I want you to notice that it says select an in-network agent to send a referral to. This means that this dialog box right here is looking inside of your already connected network. So if I'm looking for Darlene, it's not going to come up with anything because I have not connected with Darlene and she is not in my network. Excuse me. That's super important to note because this dialog box is only going to search agents who are in your network. So when you see that and you're like, why can't I see any of these agents? Remember, to find an agent, you click this button and then you can locate the agent here. At that point, you can click on the send referral. So if you're looking for an agent specifically to send a referral to, but they are not in your network, you will have to find them here. So let's talk about finding them there. I'm going to zoom back out on the map to an area that shows, right now I've got 129 agents. Now I know the general vicinity in the Portsmouth area. Actually, I moved it back a little further and I've got 211. I know that this agent is in the general vicinity that I'm looking for. Maybe I don't know exactly what area, so I can't zoom into the range of 10 people. But I can now come into the search results and type in, and just by typing in Darlene's first name, I can see here she is. So I'm looking at one agent now out of hundreds because I was able to get to the general area on the map and then searching the results with, in this case, I had 211 and whittled it down to 1. If you get into a situation where you're into a very large area, the zooming out feature or the zooming in feature won't even work because it's just too far away to actually show any data. So I zoomed in according to the map here just a little bit, and I have 630 people right now in the visual range. So let's search for myself here. So I'll go ahead and type in Robert, Vincent, and I definitely know that I'm in this area. Okay, so I'm definitely in the Portsmouth area, but it's not showing my name here. That's because I'm not in production. Over here on the left, next to the search map button, we have a drop down for kind of what are you looking for in this area. Now, so far we've been talking about agents, and they are real agents, real estate agents are in production. If you are not in production, you might be part of the market center, but not in production. So I'm going to switch from looking at all of these 600 agents in production and say, show me the people that are in the market center instead. So now we have 842 in the market center, and I will now search for myself again, and there I am. So it comes down to this: in production or in the market center. Those two things can give you different results. So if somebody's not in production, try the market center. So also I can actually bring up my network on the map. And all of the people that are in my network are in this 12 vicinity here, and they're all showing right around the area within this map. Okay, so I've got a kind of a little neighborhood of agents for myself here. All right, so here is all of my agents that are in my network, and it says a result of 12 because I'm looking at my network. Okay, so let's take a look at some more things that we can do here on the map page. One of the things we can do is we can look at referral patterns from market centers. So when I choose referral patterns, it's immediately going to take my location and it's going to say, okay, from your current location, which is Portsmouth, New Hampshire, here are the referral patterns that are going away from Portsmouth. And it looks like all of these are going away from Portsmouth, which is perfect. So I can actually move over each of these cities on the right-hand side, and in the detail information that hovers that's on the screen right there, I'll click on one of these so that we can see it a little bit better. So in the Sarasota area, let's go back down to Sarasota. In Sarasota, 2% of the people who migrate out of New England are buying in Sarasota. Now, they may not be leaving the area, maybe they're buying a second home, but they are the 2%. If I look at this list, the list is actually showing me by the highest volume or percentage that people, in this case, migrate away from Portsmouth, and the highest right now is into Portland, Maine. So I can actually zoom in here and I can see that Portland, Maine is a market center here. And if I needed to, I could open up information about that market center. And I could also change the market center for the search for referral patterns. So notice now that I'm looking in Portland, Maine, and I'm looking at the referral patterns from Portland, Maine. And all I had to do was click on the market center to see the new results. So now Portland, Maine has people going quite a ways out of here. I'll come back into Atlanta, and let's see what happens if I zoom right here on Atlanta. So now when I zoom into Atlanta, I can see that Atlanta has its own set of referrals as well. So 10% of the people in Atlanta keep moving within Atlanta. 3% go to Denver, 2% go to Colorado, Westminster, Charlotte, North Carolina, Tampa. So I'm getting a lot of good demographic data here. So at the end of the day, what I'd like you to kind of think of as you're looking at this is, what are the potential agents that I need to add to my network? Well, because we know if we're in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, so I'll go ahead and Portsmouth, and we'll say if we're in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, we have 9% of the people moving to Portland, Maine. I'm probably going to want to look in the Portland, Maine area for production, and I'll zoom out of the New England area here, and I'll go on up to Portland, Maine. There we go. And I will zoom into this area a little bit more. Let's just keep it in the metro area here. And I can say in this area, there's a bunch of agents that I'm probably going to want to connect with, because they're going to know where people are buying and what they're looking for there, and they would be a good connection to build my relationship. Okay, so a lot of tools here in the network tools for building your relationships and using the referral patterns. So I want you to take some time and grow your network. As a matter of fact, feel free to grow your network and include me in your network. That way we can send referrals back and forth and you can experiment with what it's like, the kind of information that comes and goes, and how to use it. All right? All right, so that should take care of us for today. It doesn't look like we have any questions right now. I will double check that just by going over here. Does not look like we have any questions right now, so there we go. If you have any questions in the future, you can feel free to reach out to me. I'll go ahead and put up here the contact screen if you need to get in touch with me. And that is robert.vincent at kwclm.com. The booking time with me is timewithrobert.com. The Zoom room when we meet is kwtechtv.com. And the YouTube live streams are at kwtechtube.com. And of course, Facebook is where we're at right now. And Facebook is the Facebook groups, the KWCLM. All right. So that's going to do it for us here today. I hope you have an awesome day. We got some classes coming up on Thursday. You can check the calendar for those. And until then, remember, we'd also have the All Partners meeting up at Hobbs in Ossipee. So definitely come and check it out. Have an awesome day, and we will talk to you soon.